From the Pokédex now. The soul of someone who died alone possessed some leftover tea. Sinus tea gets into your body when you drink it. Then it steals your vitality from within. It also tastes awful.
The trading cards, video games, and extended media universe of Pokémon have been an obsession for young people since the late 1990s. And for this episode, the Wonder siblings of the hilarious Guide to the Unknown podcast are here to dive into the creepier side of this unparalleled cultural phenomenon. Together with our beloved voice actor Will Rogers and his sister, my pal Kristen Rogers-Anderson, we bring you the weirdest tales from Pokémon history, from the unnerving aspects of the video games to the supposed mass medical events caused by the show, to the many ridiculous moral panics and sometimes gruesome urban legends it inspired. Will even brings us an original Pokémon game show that you, dear listeners, are not gonna want to miss. We're doing a pure fun one this week, so join us for a good goofball trip down a dark memory lane to relive the best part of any craze, the creepy part. I'm your host, Chelsey Weber-Smith, and this is American Hysteria. What was the Pokemon song? How did it go?
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. And then there's a person in the back going, a heart so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
And then is somebody like Pokemon?
That's what I'm remembering. I was going to do that, and then I got a little shy because I was scared.
Thank you for asking.
All right.
Apparently, I've just been waiting my whole life for someone to provide the runway for that.
That was actually really beautiful, Will. You've got a voice.
I know.
A heart so true is very cute to me. And then you teach me and I'll teach you.
It's honestly quite sweet.
It is, but I don't think it's true.
No, I don't think
of the show.
Of the show, yeah. I don't know. I feel like these animals are all being controlled and like subjugated.
It's kind of dark.
It's a little dark, yeah.
It is dark, and I'm happy to be talking about a dark show with my dark friends,
Yes.
Will
Hello.
and Kristen of Guide to the Unknown. And this is going to be a lot of fun. We're having a real casual, pokey-centric episode, and I think we're going to go down memory lane. I think we're going to talk about some fun bits of moral panic and whatever you guys have prepared. So welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
It's wonderful to be back.
And, you know, just in case anyone is not aware, Will is our resident voice actor, and Kristen is my longtime friend as well, and a little bit of a collaborator here and there. So I love these two, some of my most favorite people to have on the show. So let's fucking go. Let's fucking Pokemon go.
Let's do it.
Let's take a break from the horrors of the world and go back to the late 90s and beyond.
Yes. No, that's for sure. It's definitely a nice little escape hatch.
Yeah. Chelsey, had you watched Pokemon or played it or like interacted with it much?
Thank you so much for asking. You're doing my job for me. So I was definitely more collector than I was player, which I think is kind of a typical story for a lot of millennials. I did play a little bit here and there, but what I remember is riding my bike to the store, the card store. Is that what it was called?
Right,
like the comic book card store.
It was the 90s. They had specialized stores
Yes.
for every kind of thing.
it.
So there was a card store.
We had a card store.
There was a game store. These were
Right.
unique, separate entities.
If you could believe it.
Yeah.
What a time.
I had such a young person's crush on the person that I was obsessed with Pokemon with. You know, this is like, I'm like 11 and it's one of those crushes you don't understand yet. But
Totally.
I just remember just like the freedom and joy of biking down a hill, wind in our hair, trying to find that holographic pack. And, you know, it was really a true, like a thrill. It really felt like a thrill when you got that pack, you opened it up and you were looking for that holographic one. I remember the story of like, if it bent more, do you remember this? If it like was more flexible, you might get a holographic card, which for anyone uninitiated is a more valuable card.
It was on different stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the value thing was funny too, because in the 90s, there were so many different collector mindset things. You've talked, Kristen, a lot about Pogs.
Yes.
And being really
Pogs.
into Pogs.
I loved Pogs.
I loved Pogs. Yeah.
And the 90s, like Beanie Babies too.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon was like total kid-centric. And that kid mentality of like, oh my God, if I got a shiny Charizard...
Huge.
I'd probably be living in a mansion tomorrow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
it did feel like that.
Yeah. And like, no one ever got that.
Right.
You know, like there are 2 people on the planet who have what, you know, that glossy, shiny Charizard. Can you imagine?
I barely can. It feels so out of reach.
Now, Kristen, admittedly, for us talking so much about Pokemon as of late, Kristen, like this somehow skipped Kristen entirely.
I know nothing. I had like no interaction with Pokemon until 6 days ago.
Wow.
Like I knew that it existed. I had heard that theme song, at least a little bit of it before.
That was me
like,
down the hall.
I was going to
exactly.
say.
Like I knew nothing.
I want to draw like a Rocky Horror V on your forehead, like you're a virgin
Basically,
for this episode. So
yeah, we just did. This is going to sound ham-handed
like
now as like a plug. I'm just telling you, Chelsey, really. So
okay.
We just did an episode of Guide to the Unknown about the spooky side of Pokemon, and Kristen in the episode. It's so awesome to hear her talk about like Gengar, you know, or
what
like
is that?
It's you don't know.
I don't know.
So all right, I'm alone. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I was with 2 people who don't know what a Gengar is.
I was like swirling in a tornado of my own confusion. I'm saying these words and being like, I hope that this sequence is right because I wrote these all down and it made sense at the time, but now I'm not sure.
I was hoping you and I would be together, Chelsey.
I'm sorry. I'm limited.
Okay, that's fair. Listen,
You
I'm
seem unlimited. Yeah.
William Unlimited when it comes to Pokemon.
This is one of those things where it's like I did as a kid spend so much time playing Pokemon and obsessing over Pokemon, but now I'm almost 40 and I don't often talk about Pokemon anymore. So for me, it's like opening a time capsule.
Totally.
To all this knowledge that's been in here. Wasted. Useless for so many years.
This very, just valuable knowledge you've been withholding from the greater community.
I know, so valuable.
I know.
Yeah.
The spooky side to Pokemon, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a shocking amount of darkness.
Yeah.
Honestly, this might even be like a decent handoff to something that I put together for all of us to do.
Great.
Okay.
I wrote something, all right? A very light game show.
Okay.
And I think it should serve as for people who are listening even right now who have no familiarity with Pokemon or maybe even think that this is totally a waste of time thing to talk about or whatever.
How dare.
I know, but it's true. You were one of these people 7 days ago.
True.
So
she's a believer now.
I have written down descriptions of Pokemon that I think are awesome or are scary or are at least examples of like, was anyone aware that this was being sold to kids? Like, why is this Pokemon so violent, so aggressive, so murderous and violent, you know? Because there is this like quality to Pokemon where mostly it's animals with magical abilities that are cute most of the time, but these things are battling each other like it's cockfighting.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, many of them are basically like little cryptids. They're pocket monsters is what the name is. They're monsters.
Yes.
And some of them
monsters.
They're monsters.
And they evolve into bigger monsters.
Yeah, they change shape over time. Kristen and I talked about one Litwick.
Yeah.
Which looks like a cute little candle. and it just like kind of walks around saying its own name, as all Pokemon do. But then you start to notice if you spend time around it, you get tired.
Ooh.
And it turns out
It's sucking your energy.
Litwick is absorbing your life energy and burning it to fuel the flame on its head.
Whoa, that's cool.
You will die if you spend too much time around it.
Like a psychic vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Or like carbon monoxide poisoning as a little creature. That's kind of adorable. And so it's funny because I think most kids deserve credit enough to know the line between appropriate and inappropriate in this silly environment, you know?
Yeah.
But even still, and considering the fact that I was a kid who was into this stuff and grew up to, you know, be obsessed with horror and stuff, I don't know what that says. But like, I think the kids are all right, but did anyone know that these Pokemon existed and that children were interacting with these topics at like 8 years old?
Right.
Okay, this is exciting. This is
Okay.
exciting. And just for clarity, are we expanding away from like kind of the classic Pokemon of the 90s era, or are these like situate us in, because I mean, Pokemon was really popular then, but it continues into this present day. And I think my cutoff is around like, you know, the year 2001. After that, I don't know what the hell is going on, but I did play Pokemon Go for like 2 days. So I have,
Boom.
Yeah.
that's about it. So
Same.
We're on pretty even footing there. I was out around then as well.
okay, great.
I do have some from the original lineup of Pokemon, for sure.
Okay.
I also, part of the game here is that while I did write down real Pokemon that do go beyond that initial run and are unfamiliar to us, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
Because I have also invented just as many Pokemon that are not real. And I'm curious to see
William.
if the two of you are going to be able to decide if it's a real Pokemon or if I made it up.
Discern fact from fiction.
I'm so excited. All right.
So why don't we start with we'll start with a Pokemon. Okay. And I'm going to read the full description then, because I think you got to hear the full thing sometimes.
Yes,
right.
They're not long. They're like a couple sentences each. Okay. Is this Pokemon real and children saw this? Or did I make this up?
Okay.
The Pokemon's name is Hypno.
Okay.
Description: when it is very hungry, it puts humans it meets to sleep, and then it feasts on their dreams. Sentence 2. It carries a pendulum-like device. There once was an incident in which it took away a child it hypnotized. Real or made up?
Oh, this is hard.
Hypnotized children.
I have a follow-up question. What do you mean took away a child?
Great question.
We may never know, because this is you're just playing Game Boy, and then you hit like info. You look at your little Pokédex that gives definitions of the Pokemon.
Okay.
That's all you have to go on, and your little kid imagination fills in the rest.
Okay.
There was once an incident? What did that look like? One Hypno went crazy and took away a child?
Okay. I'm feeling real, actual.
Okay, I'm feeling fake.
Oh, okay. This is a wonderful way to start
Fun.
then, because
Okay.
we've got a nice split
Okay,
here.
yeah.
Okay. And the point, and I'm not going to keep track of points at all. The point goes to Chelsey. That is a real Pokemon.
Okay.
Take
Hypno.
that.
Yeah.
And not
in my
only-
face.
In your
Is that what you're supposed to do? Is to
In my face.
what a loser.
What
oh,
an
God.
absolute loser.
You're just trying to look cool in front of Chelsey and be like, yeah, you are awesome. In my face.
Can I touch the hem of your garment?
So just so everyone knows, I'm having some wine tonight at this recording. So let's
And
see
I'm
how.
not. I'm just like this.
So Hypno is from the original release of Pokemon. One of
Okay.
the original 151 Pokemon.
That's great.
What gave it
Yep.
away for me was I feel like I remember like the hypnotizing pendulum. Yeah.
The pendulum.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. Shall I continue? Do you want another one?
Boy, that's going to color a lot for me. I'm
I know.
glad that you started with that. That now that I know that there's a real Pokemon where the story is they took a child.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad we started there.
Yep. All right. All right. Ready?
Yes.
Malamar. All right. It's kind of like to give you like an image. It almost looks like a jellyfish,
Uh-huh.
but how an octopus has that beak in there.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Okay. The description: It lures its prey close with hypnotic motions, then wraps its tentacles around it before finishing it off with digestive fluids.
Ooh.
Sentence 2.
God, I think these are all you because it all sounds crazy. I'm not going to be able to discern anything. Sorry, go ahead.
When it comes to strong hypnosis, there's an endless number of people who utilize now it says Malabar. I might have an issue with autocorrect because of Pokemon. Malabar or Malamar, I'm not sure, for their nefarious deeds. So people blame, they use Malamar to hypnotize people for, quote, their nefarious deeds. So that's humans using a Pokemon's ability to hypnotize you for some dark purpose.
But wait, hold on. Are you saying that this is happening like in a game? Help me.
All right.
Right.
So
good question.
Context. Okay.
Yes.
Most of what Pokemon games are is you play as a kid, and all you're doing is exploring a sprawling world full of towns. And then you'll walk through environments, and if you walk in the tall grass, a Pokemon might come out, and you can battle it to weaken it and capture it.
Right.
A big goal of the game, they say gotta catch them all. The goal is to catch as many Pokemon as you possibly can.
Right.
But that's a limited thing, right? So there's this world building flesh out thing where you've got a device. It's basically like an iPhone. Every time you interact with a Pokemon, the Pokédex, this device, updates with information about the Pokemon you've encountered. That's all world building flavor text, basically.
Okay.
So for Pikachu, it probably says the electric mouse Pokemon, it enjoys sweet treats, and if you rub its tummy, it purrs. But in the game, you're not really going to rub its tummy. It's just sort of...
Pikachu purrs?
I'm making things up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did you know Pikachu was a mouse, Chelsey?
I mean, if you would have asked me, I probably would have maybe said mouse.
Yeah, that really
shocked you.
It doesn't look like any mouse
you.
I've ever seen. I'll give you that. Not once have I seen a mouse that's quite like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's one hell of a mouse.
But so this text that I'm reading you is that kind of flavor text where it's it may not happen like that in the game. They're just telling you context about this creature. This is the kind of stuff it can do.
But it is literally written within the game.
It's literally text within the game.
Okay. Got it.
And the text that I'm pulling, I did not write down which game. There's a resource online.
That's fine.
Bulbapedia, and it tracks every single description across dozens of games. I just picked the most awesome ones.
I also use that website for some of the things that I'm bringing to the table today.
Bulbapedia is incredibly valuable.
Thank you, Bulbapedia.
Protect Bulbapedia. You know, when you go to Wikipedia,
and
it has that thing at the top. It's please help us. Please keep us alive.
Can you donate $1, $3, $5?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Please do something. You use me all the time. Please do something.
I'm a monthly donor to Bulbapedia.
Okay. All right. So Malamar, who hypnotizes people, wraps tentacles around it, and then finishes them off with digestive fluids. And sometimes humans use it to do nasty stuff. I don't know.
To be nasty.
Did I make it up, or is that a real Pokemon?
Well, here's what I feel as a true detective here. It seems like if you had made it up, you would know its name.
It does seem like that.
But maybe
or is that
wouldn't.
the kind of detail that I would specifically do to make it seem like I haven't made it up?
Ooh, he's playing 4D chess, people. All right.
I know.
My only point is this. If you start trying to play me and not the game,
well, here
it's a risk to fall apart.
My reasoning is also a little bit like that, just because there was a cookie called a Malamar that our dad loved. It was like a marshmallow atop a really dry graham cracker covered in chocolate. It seems weird that you would pick that as the name for a creature.
Okay.
For that reason, mainly, I'm going to say that it's real.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I too am going to say it's real.
You are both correct.
Ah, very good.
I do not know the name of this creature. Apparently is in my notes with 2 different names.
He was not playing 4D chess.
I was not.
Not
and
at all.
Never am. All right, here we go. Pokemon 3. And by the way, this is an opt-out kind of game. The second that you're bored of this, you just say the word and I'll shut up.
All right.
Here we go.
No problem.
Phasmood. Phasmood is a psychic ghost type. Phasmood is drawn to places of tragedy and can summon a dark cloud to absorb the tears of mourners.
Phasmood's a little sicky.
Phasmood. And I wrote down it is like some sort of a reverse rain cloud where like instead of water coming down, tears go up.
God, if you made that up, it's
Whoa.
awesome.
I know. I think it's sweet, and I think you made it up.
Phasmood.
Yeah.
I think you made it up too because it's better than the other Pokemon.
Yeah, sick. Yeah.
All right, I made it up.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I made that.
That's
Phasmood.
really cool. I think
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right,
very
Good
let's
job.
shall I continue?
Yes. We'll stop showering you with tears.
Yeah. Why
Okay.
don't you do one more, and then I'll tell you about Lavender Town.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Awesome.
Right. I'm going to pick one at random because I literally just have like a whole thing here. All right. I'm not sure how to say this one. Slowder or Slouder. It's
You're giving it away.
But again with the 4D chess. Now I'm like, is he like, I'm not sure how to say it.
Yeah.
Oh.
well, that is a point. It's written like chowder, but it's with SL at the start.
Schlouder?
Like slow. The word slow. DER.
Slowder.
So I don't know if you say it like the word slowder, or if you say it like slouder, like I don't know. Anyway, okay.
Gross. Yeah.
Yes.
Slouder. Yeah, chowder. Slouder is as white as a clean sheet.
As chowder. As a clam chowder.
Slouder is as white as chowder. All right. Slouder is as white as a clean sheet and is as slow as a munchlax.
Huh?
Slouder glides over sleeping Pokemon and humans and leeches the color from their bodies until they are as pale as it.
Cool.
Boy.
Cool.
Okay.
Slouder.
I'm going to say
Slouder.
real.
I'm going to say fake.
Do you detect a twinkle in my eye?
Did you detect a twinkle?
Kristen always
Yeah.
claims that when I'm lying to her, I get a twinkle in my
He
eye
does.
that only she can see, apparently.
He does. Just a bit of joy. Yeah, and also the name Slouder sounding like chowder sounds like something you would do.
Is it true?
My sister knows me. It's not real.
Wow.
And chowder was a main draw.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible.
Congratulations.
Very good.
Slouder
Very
will
good.
not leach the color from your body as you sleep.
Very good acting.
There's no color to leach,
Thank
quite
you.
frankly. So,
I also invented a Pokemon named Spottle, but I forgot to write anything for it, so we won't do that.
how is it spelled?
Spottle. Spottle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right to the point, phonetic.
Didn't figure it out from there.
Yeah.
That's all right. You've given us a lot here.
Right. Maybe someday you will.
Maybe, yes, a Pokemon, hire me. I'm ready.
I meant just for your fun.
Oh,
But I mean, that too. That would be also good.
okay.
Yeah.
More after this. And now, back to the show.
Okay, so let me tell you about the Lavender Town syndrome. This is a little bit of a hysteria that went on at one point.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
So Lavender Town is this section of the first Pokemon video game where there's like a Pokemon graveyard. And like, my understanding is like you're playing, it's just like a normal Pokemon game. The music is all normal video game music. And all of a sudden you go to this certain area and it's like scary music. And it's like super imprinted on a ton of kids. And you can look it up. It's on YouTube. Obviously it's a million places, but it is this like weird kind of shrill, discordant, like horror music all of a sudden in this video game.
Basically, every time you
Wow.
walk around towns and like on the roads and stuff between towns, it's like very like plucky adventure music.
Yes, I remember.
Bum, 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 like very like upbeat. And then the second you set foot in Lavender Town, the music changes and it's like,
Okay.
bum, 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 bum.
This is all coming back to me. And now, are we talking like the Game Boy, like red and blue original Pokemon
Oh, yes.
games? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. I feel like somewhere deep inside of me, this lives
I think this is a
Yeah.
buried trauma in people.
and probably imprinted on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those things where it's like, we were all fine.
Right.
When you're a kid and you're first exposed to horror stuff, like it is weird how little it takes for an off-kilter spooky vibe for it to like seep into you.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you're like, something's off.
Yeah.
Something's weird here.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're not exposed to it as much and you're not expecting it. So it's like, ooh,
Yeah, that's
it
different.
really hits.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, it's extra freaky. It has this place in it called Pokemon Tower, which is like a Pokemon graveyard, and it has ghosts in it. Like everything about it is weird. Like there are other trainers, which is like the character you're playing as, like people who are like training the Pokemon or whatever. And the trainers who are there are also just like, they're not normal. They're all acting weird. And you have to like battle them to like get them to snap out of it and be like not possessed anymore. The whole vibe is off basically, which is really fun in itself. But the deal with the Lavender Town syndrome is that there was a creepypasta that there was a spike in illnesses and deaths by suicide in children as a result of listening to the music in Lavender Town. So there was this like urban legend that kids heard the music and that because there was like a high frequency, only kids and young teens could hear this certain pitch, like a dog whistle
like
sort of thing.
dogs, Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that led to them hanging themselves.
Okay.
And or killing themselves by jumping off of like super high buildings and stuff.
Wow.
And so it was a thing that like Lavender Town.
So like a bit of like a Momo challenge type of original legend.
Yeah, very much.
Okay.
Yes. And it was all due to the Lavender Town music, like causing all these deaths. Like, it was unbeknownst to them. They're just playing this game, but it affects them in this crazy way. And then like zombie, they just like go and, commit these acts that they wouldn't have otherwise.
Which, by the way, would then be like a risky thing inside the most popular game for kids of the time.
Yeah.
Like the most mass produced in everyone's house, all kids had it.
Yes.
Thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a real thing at all, obviously. Just a story that got passed around, but like kind of a fun story. And if you Google it and then hit like the images tab or whatever, just like, Lavender Town syndrome, you'll see little animations of the audio files with eerie symbols in them because people are like, oh my God, I pulled the audio file for the Lavender Town music and it turns out this was in there.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
just like little scary people in there and stuff.
It's like 9 Inch Nails had
Yes.
that album where if you look at the spectrogram of an audio wave, you can see a hand in one of the tracks. Do you know about that?
No.
It's so
awesome.
cool.
It's very cool.
So their album Year Zero, it's going to feel like a tangent, but I'm just trying to exemplify
please.
that like people did this for fun and stuff. So it was a kind of a real notion because it's weird to be like, I looked at an audio wave and saw a devil.
Yeah.
But like, so 9 Inch Nails had this album where the icon of it was a hand coming down out of the sky, like the hand of God. And at some point in a song, you just hear like a ton of static. So somebody looked at the audio frequency and it's shaped like a hand.
Wow.
Very deliberately.
I know. It's so cool.
That's so cool.
But so the it's very much like in the vein of that, like play a record backward.
Yeah.
And you hear satanic, messages.
Yeah, there was something there all along that none of us realized.
There's something hidden in Pokemon.
And I will say I heard a rumor when I was doing, or rather I read a rumor when I was doing some of my research that, and I don't think this is necessarily true, but it was reported at the time that if you played the Gotta Catch 'Em All song backwards, it would actually say, I love you, Satan.
That's so awesome.
I know, I wish.
That's so... What an innocent time.
I know.
They'll take any old thing
They
and
will.
then just be like, guess what? Satan's in there.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Pop
devil's
'em
in there.
Uh-huh.
There really was like a skeptical eye about Pokemon, though, I feel. Like, so one of the things that you also looked into was the notion of like the flashing lights in the anime giving people seizures and stuff.
Yes. This one has like a kernel of truth to it, but it just really snowballed into this like legendary story that's just so blown up that it's just not, what they say is not really the truth of it. So there was a 1997 episode of the show that caused Pokemon, the TV show, to go on hiatus for real for 4 months after it aired because it had these flashing lights in it that did cause some kids to have reactions. Like they had reactions ranging from like headaches and breathing problems all the way up to seizures. But it just became this legend thing. Even in the moment, like just word of mouth
it.
being like, just being like, there are thousands of kids who are having seizures from this or whatever. But it just really was more like 600 kids who were having a range of these reactions that were from kind of minor to somewhat acute. But there just this panic around it that caused them to be like, oh my God, shut it all down.
Yes.
Because people just get super panicked and like react hugely to things sometimes.
I did read a lot about this just because I figured if you guys weren't bringing it up, I would bring it up. But
Sure.
What I discovered kind of in my research was that one of my personal heroes in like the folklore, urban legends study discipline, Benjamin Radford, is the one that kind of originally debunked a lot of that story in like 2000, 2001.
Yes, I came across his stuff.
You did. You probably read like the Skeptical Inquirer piece that he did. But he's, for me, the most famous for actually documenting the first phantom clown panic in 1981.
Ah,
I know. Just want to give him his credit. But he wrote about how there were definitely some legitimate like seizures that happened because of those flashing lights. But then what wasn't reported was that a lot of the cases actually happened in the days following the premiere. So there were a few, he said dozens, maybe a couple hundred cases that were able to be proven to be seizures. And then it kind of all got mashed together and it seemed like it all happened on one night. But what really happened was that the kids then went to school, or their parents were talking about it, or they heard about it on the news, and more of them happened in the subsequent days. And they just kind of were all counted as like one event, when really it was kind of, I mean, you could say a mass hysteria, but you know what it's like to be a kid and you're like, you hear about, oh my gosh, people are having a seizure or doing something, like maybe I'll do it too.
Well, like let me check it out. That sounds so crazy.
Yeah.
What must they have seen? And you want to see it too. Even if you heard that something negative happened to them, it's like, well, it might not happen to me. I still want to see what they saw.
Or maybe I think it's going to happen to me. So like I get some symptoms, because a lot of the symptoms were like nausea or headaches, which is not having a seizure, right? That's it's a different thing. So, there's not good evidence to say that it was some widespread event, but it definitely made the news. And I really remember it. And I do kind of think it's the reason that so many shows have that warning now about flashing lights. So I guess that's good. We should be warned.
Yeah. Totally.
Can't hurt.
It's interesting, though, because like this is going to sound like I did zero research into what I'm about to say. So I don't know if it's completely stupid or not. I know.
Perfect.
I remember pretty clearly that Pokemon just hit in America like a really weird big deal to the point that like South Park had that whole episode where they made fun of Pokemon, and like it was like a real cultural juggernaut kind of moment. And I think part of it is like all this stuff of like, why would it be some kids show that everyone's like, it says I love you, Satan, so much in the theme song if you listen to it backwards? And why is it that Lavender Town is like there's this myth about kids committing suicide? Like I think that there was I think it was pretty unique that there was something that was so upfront not American that was becoming super popular in America.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it was like, what are these kids into? This is not something that we relate to. Because also it's based in some part on this notion of like the natural world itself kind of being spectacular, which is a lot of stuff in Japan, from my understanding. Again, I might sound like a complete ignorant dum-dum, but like the concept of like yokai, like they're ghosts, which are often like, there's just like a ghost that just like lives in water. They're treated like a fact of life, a fact of the natural world almost. So I wonder if it was almost like there was also a bristling of culture thing there. Like, what are these kids getting into? This is not how we feel about the world.
Yeah. And I mean, we didn't hear that with Beanie Babies. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think there was any like satanic stuff attached to them. And that was all about like speculative economy.
Yeah. It was never like your Meemaw is worshiping Satan because she keeps adopting more Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
That's a cool point.
I like that. Yeah, very
There's
interesting.
something to, I again, did zero research. I might be a complete fool, but I do feel like there's some kernel of something there.
It's not something to be a fool about or not.
Yeah.
Did you
Thank you,
see?
Kristen.
You're welcome. Did you see, as we're recording, this was in the news today. So there's a game. This was total coincidence, by the way. There was a Pokemon game that came out this week. It wasn't why we did it for the show or whatever. There's a game called Pokopia.
Yeah, I don't know how you say it.
Pronounce it. And today, the White House used the cover of Pokopia to put out a post that says "Make America Great Again" in the style of the Pokopia video game cover. And then Pokemon put out a post being like, "We don't like that. We rebuke this."
Yes, I did see that actually.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. It is weird how this happens so much, and I'm sure it happens to you guys too, when you think you're doing something that has nothing at all to do with current events, and suddenly it's like, bang.
Totally. I mean, that was just a random episode.
Sometimes not for good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why it got on our radar is that TT Madden, who's an excellent horror writer, had suggested it like in our Discord. And then it was the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. So I do think that there's just like something in the air right now about like, it's a little nostalgic right now, and it's being celebrated for its longevity right now. And it's got that new game.
Yeah.
But this stupid meme thing is like, it's so funny how things have flipped on their head. It's like everything that we just said was about people demonizing and moralizing about how Pokemon is wrong, but add 30 years and it's just a big enough deal. The White House
using it as a springboard for a MAGA post.
Yes.
Like, I thought this was something to be scared of, and it had some sort of satanic messaging.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
This isn't satanic anymore, I guess. They also shared like a GTA San Andreas meme.
Oh my God.
And it's like, oh, we had moralized about Grand Theft Auto for so long too, I guess.
A bunch of chodes.
I know. Oh, chodes is right.
Chode is the word. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird. It's weird how things go.
Yeah.
You know what I think should be brought back, though? Because this conversation, Trump has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, but we started in my family a new Christmas tradition of playing 90s video games, and which is great. It was really fun. And one of the games we played was Pokemon Snap, which rules. And that was, for anyone uninitiated, you would go through these different environments, taking pictures of Pokemon. But what was really cool is that then you could go to Blockbuster, the now defunct video rental store, and print out your little pictures as stickers. That's amazing. We don't have anything like that anymore.
I forgot about that.
That's analog, baby.
That is so fun.
That is really cool.
I know. It was so fantastic. Oh.
Yeah. Maybe that's now out on like Nintendo's subscription thing. I'm going to try that with Zoe.
Oh, that'd be great with Zoe.
My daughter Zoe is 5 now and is just starting to get into Pokemon, because I guess for kids at school now, it still is something that they're interested in. And it's funny because I'm now caught on the other side of the coin a little bit, where I'm like, I don't want particularly to have to tell my kid that these cool creatures that are sometimes cute, sometimes delightfully creepy looking, that it's like the point of the game is to make them fight until only one of them is standing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Everything I just said about like the kids are all right and they understand, and I'm confident my daughter, I would explain it in a way that I'm sure contextualizes it in the context exclusively of the game. But there is that little hurdle of like, you got to make these animals bite each other until one of them passes out.
I was about to ask, what happens when they win? Is there just a Pokemon that's like standing there and they have like birdies tweeting around their head like they just got their bell rung? Or are you killing another Pokemon?
They are not dying.
Okay.
They are not dying. They always phrase it as they are fainting.
I also find that a little disturbing, actually.
Fainting,
They're
I know.
fainting.
Yes, I completely agree. It is a little bit weird if you consider the words of it all, if you really think about the meaning of these things. But so the way that you'll see it happen is, so in the old games, bad graphics on a little Game Boy screen, it would just be like, okay, you knocked out that Snorlax.
Yeah.
Right. And then it just sort of like goes like kind of glitches and then zhoops back into a Pokeball, like as like a little thing of energy, almost like how a ghost trap works in Ghostbusters. It goes like just back into the Pokeball. Modern games, to my recollection, when you knock out a Pokemon, they have a little animation where it slumps over on the ground.
Oh, God.
and then
Eyes
shoots,
open, unblinking.
staring up at the stars with unseeing eyes.
Right.
No, and then it gets shooped into the Pokeball. So
Okay.
there is a fair amount of suspension of disbelief required, obviously.
I do like, Will, that you sound like such a parent now. You know, you're like,
I know, right?
Yeah.
well, this is violence in these video games. And, you know, I mean,
It's evolution.
Yes.
It's evolution.
changes yet, doesn't it?
I'm not the man I
Yeah.
once was. I'm not the sprightly youngster you once met.
No, he's now moral
Remember how
panicking
young
as
I
much as
was?
possible. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was just as old then, P.S. But yeah. But do you at least see what I am? Do I sound out of touch?
No, I think it's
Okay.
fair. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
They have, and I will say Pokemon has worked on also creating plenty of non-violent games, which is why I got on this tangent, was because of Pokemon Snap. That is a non-violent Pokemon game.
Yeah.
You're on the
Well-
rails taking photos.
You can throw an apple and hit him right on the head.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Maybe
That's permissible.
Do you want to teach Zoe to throw an apple and hit him right on the head?
maybe I'm a helicopter parent, but I think she can handle that. Yeah, and then cut to me getting a Red Delicious right in my mush.
Yep.
That's not going to be any good. These kids are learning from these video games.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Just taking pictures of me throwing a Granny Smith at me.
Yep.
while I'm sleeping. Yeah, but Pokemon Go is pretty non-violent, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There were also concerns about that when it came out, where it's like people might go walk off a cliff.
Yes.
Or like
Walk into
walk down a
traffic.
darkened alley
Right.
where
Right.
there's someone dressed up like a Pikachu with a gun.
I think there were, right? Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
like
were
a
there?
handful of incidents.
I think there were people, who were just like not looking where they were going and they like hurt themselves.
Oh,
but certainly
God.
no more than
Yeah.
just people on their phone
Yeah.
anyway. You know, I'm sure
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
happens all the
yeah,
time
fair
anyway.
enough.
I think it got
Yeah.
us all outside in a really tough time for
Yes.
know.
Oh, yes. I
Saul,
certainly
yeah.
agree.
Aren't there some sort of like urban legends or creepypastas kind of about people playing Pokemon Go and then they like came across a dead body
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah. Because people misunderstand how that game works.
Uh-huh.
So, like, people thought that it would be like, it's going to tell you that it's like in the morgue of a hospital.
Right.
right.
And
Yeah.
people are going to be trying to break into buildings. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's not how it works. It's not going to lead you to a very specific,
Yeah.
it's not going to lead you to the top of a tall building.
Sure.
It only works on like walk in this general area. And then if something's within like 500 feet of you,
Yeah.
you can interact with it. You
Yeah.
don't need to, go like off the trails of a park and trip over some foot sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
You can if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, that's up to you.
That's up to you.
Yeah, and I guess for anyone who doesn't know what Pokemon Go is or didn't actually experience it, it was very cool. It's like you used your phone, you got the app, and then you walked around almost like you were looking. I mean, you were looking through your camera on your phone, and then inside that image of what you were seeing, an actual animated Pokemon would appear and you could try to catch it. And then we're like, that's as far as I went. I think you could go to certain locations and like battle your Pokemon
Yes.
with other people. But yeah, it was like it was a pretty revolutionary, pretty amazing thing that I found to be incredibly fun until I lost interest after about 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
It was just like, I remember going outside. I lived in the central district of Seattle and I went down to Capitol Hill and it was just like hundreds, if not thousands of people playing in the city. And it was so fun.
It was cool too, because you could tell that other people were like, it was obvious what everyone was
Yes.
doing. So it did create this odd community
Mhm.
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, it was fun. Sometimes still in town, not often, but sometimes we'll see like a group of people standing like on a corner, all staring at their phones. And I'm like, maybe they're playing Pokemon Go. Like that is what
Yeah.
it felt like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it's still active. Now they're
Yeah.
celebrating 10 years of that. Like
Yeah.
there's all this stuff going on right now.
Yeah. Or maybe they're all just best friends,
Yeah.
not talking and just
Yeah.
enjoying their phones together.
Or maybe they're not aware that each other person is there at all.
True.
They're
Yeah.
just independently on their phones, nose to nose.
I'm surprised that format went nowhere. I mean, and maybe I just don't know about stuff, but when I was playing Pokemon Go, I was like, can someone do this, but like with a murder mystery or something like that, where like I'm
Yes.
going to different locations for clues? I don't know. It just felt like it was an underutilized format once they figured it out.
People tried.
They did try.
People tried. There are like murder mystery walking things, and it involves being on your phone and doing things at different locations. The same company behind Pokemon Go, so Nintendo and the Pokemon company own it. But the company that had the technology to do it is called Niantic. They now also, and I don't know if this is still active, they did a Harry Potter one. Exact same thing, exact same architecture driving it. They did a Pikmin one, which is another Nintendo property. And it's all because they had done some independent thing earlier that utilized the same thing. So it's like this one company has like
a monopoly.
Yeah, exactly.
On this
it's
technology.
like, real wild. And other people have tried it and failed, like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there's a weird Ghostbusters one.
They have like, you can catch the Tooth Fairy. I saw that one time and I was like, why the Tooth Fairy?
Huh. Okay.
Why the Tooth Fairy?
Yeah.
Why the Tooth Fairy indeed.
Delete. Yeah.
That's weird stuff.
Could I interest you in another quick round of lies or truth
sure,
in the Pokemon space?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Gimme Ghoul. Gimme Ghoul.
One word?
Yeah, good question.
All one word.
Gimme
yeah,
Ghoul.
every Pokemon name is like just jam two terms together.
Okay.
So Gimme and Ghoul, and that'll make sense.
Okay.
But it's always like, like Hot Tart.
Yeah.
It's like always, it's like the Pop-Tart Pokemon. It's always just two words jammed together. That's almost every Pokemon name. So Gimme Ghoul. It looks like a treasure chest full of coins. And also there's a little guy inside somehow. But the whole thing is the Pokemon.
Okay.
This Pokemon was born inside a treasure chest about 1,500 years ago. It sucks the life force out of scoundrels who try to steal the treasure. It, in turn, evolves into Goldengo, which looks like a gold-colored string cheese man, that's me writing that.
Okay.
That's my own notation on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although it does make a note, I have this in quotes, so this next part is a fact from Bulbapedia. This Pokemon gets along well with others.
Wow. That's nice.
I think that's nice.
It's kind of a cute, kind of a cute thing.
Yeah. What do you think, Chelsey?
I'm going to say fake.
I'm going to say real.
Kristen knows me too well. I'm not liking this.
She does.
But going forward, it was real. That one's real. You're not allowed to look at me, or I need to like block my face from you.
Same blood is coursing through your veins. Yeah.
It wasn't even your face. It really wasn't.
All right. Prodvisor.
He's blocking his face from me, by the way. Okay.
Prodvisor.
Sounds like a pharmaceutical company.
I know.
Yeah, it does.
Try Prodvisor. Prodvisor thrives in unseen places and gains energy by reaching out to grab unsuspecting victims. Its favorite hiding places include dark basements and cluttered bedroom closets. If you're a kid and you find out that there's a Pokemon that could be hiding in your closet,
God,
I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
You just take your Game Boy and throw it out the window or try to flush it down the toilet or something.
It's giving Furby.
Who put this Game Boy in the toilet? Prodvisor. Real or fake?
Fake.
Fake.
Both fake.
Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't even see the twinkle in my eye.
No.
So you just knew that I made that up.
Yeah. It's not always the twinkle. That's what, like I told you.
I'll hit you with this. Let's see if you can see through this one.
Okay.
Putridor.
Ooh.
Wow, what a beautiful name.
Who is she?
Yeah. Who's that girl? Putridor.
Why, that's Putridor.
Does it end in O-R-R-E? Putridor.
Putridor gravitates to places that have recently been cleaned as it enjoys...
to stink them up?
It enjoys fouling the environment.
Fouling it?
Yep. The cleaner the environment, the more offensive the stench.
Wow.
Putridor. I'm going to look you right in the eyes for this one.
Well, that's throwing me.
Yeah.
You have an aggressive energy
I
about
have to change my
Putridor.
behavior. I clearly need to change something about me.
What's your deal with you and Putridor? You all of a sudden got weird.
We've been seeing each other.
Do you love her?
It's serious.
I think he loves Putridor.
I think real.
Will's being so weird.
I have no choice but to change my face with Kristen because she can see right through me.
Staring right down Main Street. Again, I got it without your face last time.
Right. Okay.
I think real?
Okay.
Okay.
Chelsey?
I said real.
They said real.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't even hear it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I made something up that you didn't see. I made this up. It's not real. I did leave a detail out from what I wrote because I was worried a day after I wrote it that it would give it right away. I wrote, it's a diaper Pokemon. Literally looks like a balled up diaper.
Okay.
And I feel like you would have.
Of course I would have gotten that. It was a diaper Pokemon.
So that was a good cut.
Yeah, I think that was a good edit.
Really good edit.
Well, we played, I do have more, but I don't want to overstay my welcome. But we did do at least a couple on Guide to the Unknown as well.
Putridor.
More after this. And now back to the show. Something I definitely wanted to bring up was Missing No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes, you
right.
brought that up in
Yes.
text.
Do you guys know what this was?
In passing, it was probably toward the tail end of me playing a bunch of Pokemon.
And I don't.
This is pure red and blue. This is Game Boy Red
This
and
isn't
Blue.
red and blue?
I'm shocked that you don't remember this. This is my clearest memory from those games.
Oh.
Okay, so what Missing No was a glitch that happened in Pokemon, and you had to go to a certain location that would then send you to this coastal area. And everyone's going to be like, who plays Pokemon will know better these terms. Oh, it says that they had to fly to Cinnabar Island, and then you had to get in the water and surf up and down this stretch of land, and suddenly this Pokemon, quote unquote, would appear called Missing No. And that's missing number in one word.
Yeah.
And the thing that would come up was just this glitched out shape. It was an L shape that was all pixelated and weird. And it was creepy. From what I remember, it's whatever item you put in a certain place on your roster of items that you had would go over the number you were allowed to have. It would be you'd get 100 Pokeballs if you got this glitch. And for some reason, it really creeped me out. It really creeped Miranda out as well. And we bonded over that early in our relationship. But yeah, it was it became this mythologized part of the Pokemon Red and Blue games. And so it's so fascinating that you never heard of it, because it really was and it screwed up other parts of the game too. It could make everything crash out. And some people thought it was put in there by the company themselves. But they said, no, it was a real glitch, and it just became part of the lore, and people would dress up as it for Halloween and write early fan fiction about it. I'm so surprised that you didn't have an experience with Missing No.
I never encountered it, but your description of it, now I know exactly what you're talking about.
You do? Okay.
Yes, I thought what you were talking about, because there's a later thing that came along where it's these mysterious things and no one understood what they were, and it turned out to be letters of the English alphabet as Pokemon.
Okay.
I thought that was called Missing No.
Okay.
I'm wrong about that, so
Okay.
forget that.
You're wrong.
I do remember this. I remember this as being talked about, never saw it in my game. But it's so funny because basically what you just described is everything we just said about people being so sort of cornball and being well, if you play the theme backwards, it says I love Satan, or any number of these things where it's something's hidden in there that's going to mess with kids. The music in Lavender Town is going to mess with your mind.
Yeah.
This actually was a thing that really was in the game that didn't reach out and hurt you, the individual, but obviously had some sort of a corrosive glitching effect on your experience in the game and would break the game while you played it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there really was a thing like that, in the game.
And it did feel paranormal to me as a kid, because it was I knew that it wasn't part of the game. I don't know how I knew that, but maybe it was just because it was so weird and screwed up, but I knew that it was a glitch that you used, but because it was outside of what the programmers wanted, it did feel like a ghost in the machine, which is not the right use of that phrase, but you know what I mean.
I totally
it was
know
something that wasn't supposed to be there, and yet it was, and you're coming across it, and it sounds like not everybody does.
No, yeah, I never
so
saw it.
when you do, it's I got that thing that I've heard of.
And now that I've triggered it, the game is going to start to play incorrectly, and things will be broken within it. Like,
That's
yeah,
cool.
that is weird, especially because in the 90s, this is so there's a glitch in the game and they're going to patch it out.
Yeah.
They're going to release an update that fixes it. There was
Couldn't
none
do
of
that.
that. You bought the game, you had it on the cart, and that's just what you had. And it was you'd either trigger the little ghosty missing no glitch demon and it would eat your game from the inside out. Or you wouldn't. And either way, you had very little control over that. Yeah, that is interesting. I forgot about that. And it's so weird too to see something that like defies the convention of your experience with the game. So like anytime you encounter a Pokemon, you go into this very familiar little scene where it's like Pikachu's in the foreground, he's your friend, and then there's a guy in the background and that's who you're fighting. You're facing him.
Yeah.
And it's like you're expecting any silly, cute little creature to slide in, and then this glitchy blob of pixels slides in and it just says missing no and looks all fudged out. It straight up, it would look like you're battling something that is intended to be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's just something that's accidentally scary.
Oh, that's fun.
It's great.
Which is even better.
Even better.
And it makes me think of, I hadn't thought of this in a long time until I was researching, but right out of high school, I got this like quote unquote job as a video game tester, which is like every child's literal dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy taster.
It was not awesome. I had to drive to like the Microsoft campus. And then if you got there, you'd like put your name on a sheet. And if you got there soon enough, they would call your name and you'd get to work. You'd be lucky enough to work. And I just remember like doing it, and it was like we were testing for glitches. So we would like have to play the same thing over and over and over again to try to see if like a glitch happened. And I usually handed it off to like I was like one of two girls in the entire thing. So I was just handing it off to the boys and they were playing for me and I was just drinking free soda. But it was just like, I can't believe that was a job that existed.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah. I met this cowboy named Justin, and we just smoked weed during lunch. Yeah.
Cowboy boy is right.
He was good.
Yeah.
If you're out there, Dustin.
You did what during lunch?
We smoked weed during lunch.
Oh my
Popped
God.
back in,
Oh my
tested
God.
video games. It was a real grandma's boy scenario.
This sounds incredible.
It was pretty awesome.
Like you won the lottery.
I know, but it wasn't.
I know, it does.
It was like sometimes you drive all the way there and you would not get to work and they didn't pay well. But it was like better than a lot of things. It was fun.
It sounds very West Coast.
Yeah. It does. Yeah, does that exist here?
Super West Coast.
Yeah,
that's
very,
awesome.
very West Coast shit. Yeah, but I just happen to live near the Microsoft campus, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Rules.
There are examples of crime shows that fearmonger about video games, and glitches in them and stuff, or people like programmers putting scary things in or manipulating games to catch victims. Like I think there's a very famous CSI New York.
Yeah.
Where Gary Busey.
With Sinise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Gary Busey. It's not Gary Busey.
He could be the bad guy.
Oh, yes.
I don't think he's going to be the crime fighter.
No. Yeah. Gary Sinise has to track a victim and kill her through a virtual reality world. And it's like insane. I just Googled it out of curiosity if Law and Order, because it felt like a Law and Order thing to be like, they're playing this game. It's got something to do with little creatures.
Yeah, it does.
Creaturemon. Because they can't say Pokemon or something.
So you're telling me.
Yeah. Yeah. They never officially covered a Pokemon case or anything, but evidently Law and Order did end up telling a story that somehow involved Pokemon Go.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It does.
So there is some, crime
I bet
thing
somebody
there.
was playing Pokemon Go and stumbled across like a victim.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense.
I bet you dollars to donuts.
Oh, it says here, LAPD officers were involved in a case once where the officers, ignored a robbery call to catch a Snorlax.
Wow.
What?
in Pokemon Go.
Wow.
Oh my God.
The laziest of the Pokemon.
Yeah, why did it take them so long?
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't seem like a Snorlax would be hard to catch. They should have been able to do that and just get right back on the job.
You just showed your ignorance.
Oh God,
You
why
fool.
Snorlax is hard to catch?
Snorlax is notoriously difficult to catch.
God damn it, I showed my
Notoriously.
ass once again.
Those officers were being brave by even trying. I commend their I commend their gusto.
Oh, God.
You bootlicker.
Tread on me. Get that Snorlax.
Get that Snorlax to tread on me. Well, you guys, how about I give you some rapid pace moral panics around Pokemon?
Yes.
Great.
You want it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You already brought this up, Will, but PETA actually complained quite a bit that Pokemon should be banned because it glorifies cockfighting.
Boom. Yeah.
Which I'd say, I don't know.
And and they were right, because all those kids are out there. All those kids are out there making like roosters fight each other and stuff.
Right.
All the time.
It's because of Pokemon.
Adolescent
The kids
cockfighting
understand.
through the roof in the year 2000.
Oh, yeah. That was the year that it became a rule you couldn't bring a chicken to school.
That's right.
That was a rough year. 96.
Complaints through the roof.
I had to leave my chicken at home.
They also claimed, and just to be clear, I love all animals, and I believe that we should treat them much better. I think PETA sometimes misses the mark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
PETA also claimed that Pokemon are stuffed into Pokeballs in a similar manner to how circus elephants are chained inside railroad carts.
I mean, come on.
It's a reach.
It's an absolute reach.
It's a reach.
P.T. Barnum was the original Pokemaster.
You're right.
Sounds like it was a slow week in animal cruelty when PETA came up with that. Which is a good thing, to be clear.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Yeah.
There were a lot of connections of Pokemon to the juvenile crime wave that was happening in the 90s, because like this article is titled Pokemon Crime Wave Hits the City.
Wow.
What?
And this was in Philadelphia. And the article goes on to talk about how kids were getting beaten up for their Pokemon cards and threatened, like kind of like lunch money scenario, like you'll give me your Pokemon cards. But people were like getting in these fights, which is not surprising to me because Pokemon cards had kind of a monetary value, even if it was like a speculative one. It felt like you were trading in money.
Even if it wasn't literally about worrying about the value of a card, it was a currency of being a kid to be like, here's something. I remember the Pokemon card game where it was like, I never played it, but I was around when two kids would be playing Pokemon card games together and it'd be like, I defeated you or whatever. And then there was a big confusion over like, well, if I beat you, doesn't that mean I get your card?
Yes, I remember this.
Oh.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like a real thing of like personal property and like, it was like protect your own stuff. So I can totally imagine there being fights over this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. Yeah.
And there was like a lot of commentary around like gambling and how it was teaching kids to gamble.
Yes.
And I think that there was a lot of people who played Pokemon for keeps, let's say, right? Where it did feel like there was an element of that.
Although the kid who said I play Pokemon for keeps, he was usually the one getting beat.
Yeah, probably. I play for keeps. But yeah, there are like quite a few of these, I was on good old newspapers.com and there were, quite a few articles about this like wave of violence that was happening because of Pokemon cards. I'm going to wager a bet that it would have happened one way or the other because kids get in fights at school for any good reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, there were like quite a few different kinds of moral panics popping off at the same time. At one point, Pokemon was accused by some religious people on the right. And again, like we say moral panics, we can't say there's a full-blown moral panic, but these are things that were being tossed around in the public stage. There were some Christian groups that were accusing Pokemon of being part of the gay agenda, our favorite agenda here at American Hysteria.
Of course.
One of the most famous agendas.
Yeah, it's a huge one.
Because Ash, who was the star of Pokemon, like the Pokemon master or the trainer.
Yeah, it was like an 11-year-old boy that wanted to be the very best like no one ever was.
Yeah. And then Brock was,
Yes. Brock was a gym leader. He specialized in rock-type Pokemon. Thank you for asking.
But much like Batman and Robin in the 50s were accused of being homosexuals, Ash and Brock were just a little too close for comfort, which is creepy of you to say, pastors. Like, that's creepy of you to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Not Pokemon's fault.
They're 11.
You're sicko.
You losers. Yeah.
It's embarrassing that that's like all they had, too. It's just like, well, they're near each other.
Yeah. Two boys who speak infrequently.
Right.
Being friends.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's insane. People are crazy.
Well, I'm going to have to bring up, of course, the satanic panic element. And what better way to do that than with a speech from a pastor?
Oh, great.
Are you guys ready for a video?
Yes.
Sure. Oh, yes. Is that?
Okay.
Yeah.
And the video is titled Pokemon Are Evil in caps. Great.
Because it's important for the church to deal with issues as they come to the forefront in society. I said, son, what is that one morning? He said, that's Pokemon. Son, I found out that Pokemon means pocket monster. Pokemon, plural, are incredible creatures that share the world with humans.
Sounds like you like
Each has his own fighting abilities.
He wants it.
Some grow and evolve into even more powerful creatures. The children are developing relationships with all these Pokemon creatures. Little reclusive, power-filled monsters.
Me.
But why should they carry these monsters in their pocket? They say the Pokemon whole effort is to train children how to become the #1 Pokemon master in the world. You follow it through the New Age teaching, you find out that masters are those who take control of spirits in the dark realm, and they tell those spirits what to do. The child at some point becomes capable of taking these powers and channeling them through their mind, through their arms, or through their power sources. Their power sources, of course, are many of the symbols that they pick up from the Pokemon paraphernalia. So Pokemon is a game that teaches children how to enter into the world of witchcraft, how to cast spells, how to use psychic phenomena, how to put to work supernatural powers against their enemies, how to fantasy role play. Pokemon world is a world of the demonic, of the satanic. But while you might not take it quite seriously, I assure you that demons take it quite seriously. Satan takes it quite seriously. Your children need to know there's a devil who hates them and he wants to ruin their life. There was even a couple of reports where children had been stabbed by other children over Pokemon cards. Do you remember the Dungeons and Dragons game of the 80s where children, young people even ended up killing themselves because it was a role-playing game? Our kids are going out in gangs on the streets and they're so used to killing each other in their fantasy games and on their video screens and blowing each other away and blowing each other up that when they walk down the streets and they pull out their .45 and they pump some friend full of bullets, they kind of think in the back of their mind, well, they're just we'll turn off the machine and they'll get up and they'll be there tomorrow and I'll shoot them again.
What?
It's just a game. To which I respond, Russian roulette is just a game. But they're so into this make-believe world that they can't distinguish between...
All right, that's enough of him.
Yeah. All right.
I gotta tell you, he was selling it.
I don't know if this is what you were looking for. This might be my dream job.
Anti-Pokemon pastor.
Guy, these things are incredible, powerful beings, capable of shooting all manner of energy from whatever orifice of their choosing.
Yeah, is he selling Pokemon secretly? Because honestly,
I could do this all day.
Now I'm motivated to play Pokemon.
I know, right?
Pikachu.
He made it seem great.
Adorable, precocious, sometimes mischievous. I love him. I could do this. This is great.
I would like him to be my boyfriend.
Pass him. Yeah, exactly. Have you seen Brock? Strong, muscular. The companionship is paramount. Pass around that collection plate and just keep talking about Pokemon for a while everyone sits silently and just lets it happen.
Yep. That ain't bad.
That's what I need.
I mean,
where's my flock?
I think that we can make that happen. I think that
Please.
we can
ready.
carve out a niche for you, Will.
I'm ready.
All right.
I think I've proven this entire episode is my resume.
Okay, I have one more.
I can do it.
I have a section of an op-ed that I found on newspapers.com about the satanic undertones of Pokemon, and then we can move to our game show segment.
Excellent.
All right. This is from April 2000. Many parents may not see any harm in allowing their children to be involved with the Pokemon craze. When first seeing Pokemon on TV, I didn't think it was bad. Then, through my son's Sunday school teacher and the website www.xcp.com/more.htm, my wife and I became aware of the symbolism much tied to the occult and the history associated with it. We learned that many of the devices used in Pokemon, which means pocket monster, are satanic, demonic, and cult-like. One of the Pokemon characters has a pentagram on its forehead, SSS on its chest, and does a satanic salute. I don't know what that means. What's a satanic salute?
What's a satanic
I was about
salute?
to ask. Yeah.
I mean, it means we're not in the club if we don't know the satanic salute.
I know. Now I feel like a loser.
Well, check this out. The writer continues, another character is a cross-dresser.
Oh my God.
Who? Will?
I don't know how that's possible as an animal.
True. Yeah, good call.
Great point. Okay, I don't know.
Does that mean like a lizard dressed as a frog?
I don't know. Maybe they drew. Yeah.
Cute. Very cute.
Cross species dresser. That lizard's dressed as a frog. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Demonic. It continues. Pokemon's goal is to destroy enemies any way possible, spraying acid to blind them and stealing their powers.
That is true.
The game maker is a company called Wizards of the Coast, which made the best-selling game Magic the Gathering, and also owns TSR, producers of the occult game Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was likely the card.
So there's a lot of connections being drawn. There's something about a role-playing game that really freaks out like fundamentalists for some reason.
Yes. And also the word monster.
Because they have no imagination, that's why.
Yeah.
Zero imagination. They're on shaky ground anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like their worldview is capable of being upended at any given moment. So the idea that someone's enjoying something
right.
so much without question about like, is this going to eat my soul alive is like a shock and an affront.
And both people, the pastor and this writer both really hit the note about it. It's actually stands for pocket monster.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And then it's like, are you so freaked out by this because deep down you know that you are role-playing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boom.
In your religion, and that your little pocket monsters are demons and angels and all this like whack ass shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into whack ass shit. I think even the being like, did you know that Pokemon really means pocket monster?
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're trying to hide it from you what the actual intention is.
Right. It's a reveal.
It
was staring us in the face the whole time and we didn't know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that meme of that lady who's like going through all the symbology of a can of Monster Energy drink.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, it's called Pocket Monsters, and they came up with like a cute word. Pokemon, just take two words and slam them together.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a motif.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that Pop-Tart actually stands for popular tartlet? I made that up.
Oh my God.
I got you. It could.
You did get me. I thought it was a Pokemon.
It could. It's popular in this home.
Popular tartlet.
Popular tartlet.
I was picturing an episode of like Mad Men where they're like, so how do we take your product,
God.
which is spectacular, flavorful, the texture is something to admire, but the name popular tartlet, it doesn't roll off the tongue. So here's what we've done.
It needs to be more snappy. We need something snappy.
Was that Jerry Seinfeld movie? Was that about the invention of Pop-Tarts, or was it something
absolutely
else?
was, and they did have a Mad Men scene in it.
Okay, yeah.
About it.
I was thinking maybe that happened in that. I just didn't see that.
The idea that even the word tart could be short for a longer word, tartlet. which would then therefore mean little tart.
Little tart.
Tartlet. You really have me there, and I love it.
Me too.
I'll be thinking about that for a while.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Will, do you want to play us out with some more? What are we calling this game?
I called it "Who's That Pokemon?"
Great.
That's what they did on the show. They were
Yeah,
like,
let's
"Who's
play."
that Pokemon?"
Oh,
All
great.
right, let's just do 3. And believe it or not, I do even have more beyond that, but I'll spare you all.
I don't doubt it. You're prolific.
Thank you. All right. Let's go with Grimmsnarl.
Ooh.
All right. It's a very muscular Pokemon. It has complete control over its hair.
I don't like that it's muscular. Go ahead.
I know some of them do have like huge biceps and
Ew.
like
Six packs.
there's one that literally has like a
Ew.
wrestling belt on. Yeah.
I don't like that.
I like it.
As muscular as it is, this Pokemon, its thing is not its muscles. Kind of. I guess it kind of
It's
is.
its brain.
Wow.
This Pokemon has complete control over its hair. Grimmsnarl normally keeps its hair wrapped around its body to support its muscles.
What?
It lives deep within the forest. It hasn't given up on petty misdeeds and pranks.
This sounds crazy.
Don't know what that could possibly be.
This doesn't seem like something you would make up.
I agree.
Why has it? Why would it need? Why are they making a point of saying it hasn't given up on petty misdeeds from since what? Its adolescence.
Right.
And what about it
comparing to?
implies that it was once interested in petty misdeeds?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
having said that, it is possible that this is an evolved form of something, and I have forgotten that fact.
Sure.
I'm guessing this is real,
I am as well.
unless you're doing some really good acting again, which I don't put past you.
Of course.
I think you know the truth that I'm not that good an actor, despite you continually giving me lines to read for the show. True, false?
Real.
You
I think it's real.
All right, it is real. It
Okay,
is real.
yeah. That's
All right.
crazy.
That's
It
weird.
uses its
fucking
hair to
weird.
support its muscles. Like, what is this?
I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lick of sense.
What is this, Burning Man? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
2 remain. Sinistea.
Okay.
It literally looks like this is me writing this part. It
Mhm.
literally looks like a little cup of tea. It looks like Chip from Beauty and the Beast.
I know. I think that's nice.
It does sound nice.
Uh-oh.
From the Pokédex now, the soul of someone who died alone possessed some leftover tea. Sinistea gets into your body when you drink it. Then it steals your vitality from within. It also tastes awful.
It steals your vitality from within.
Pokemon language
Yeah,
for saying
I know.
that it kills you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. This one's a little tough.
All I'm thinking about is Mrs. Potts and Chip
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I know.
And how
Yeah.
is Mrs. Potts Chip's mom? She's
Yeah.
just too old.
Doesn't feel
I'm
right,
distracted.
does it?
No, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Confused. And did Mrs. Potts end up with Belle's dad? I like to think so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because they're standing together in the end, right?
Yes, I think that
Yeah.
they do.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. No, the vibe is there.
The vibe is there. Okay. So
It's hot.
I'm thinking this is fake, made up by you, Will.
Okay.
That's also what I'm thinking.
You both think it's
Yeah.
fake.
Mhm.
In my notes, it says it's real,
And you're not sure.
and I'm not sure. Because I kind of thought I made this up.
Should I
And
Google
I'm not
it?
kidding.
Spell
Yeah.
it.
Here, wait, I'm actually already in there.
All right.
Sinistea. It is real.
Oh,
it is
okay.
confirmed real, and it does look like an
Wow.
adorable cup of tea.
Oh, yeah,
Does
it's
look
nice.
like an adorable cup of tea.
Oh, you've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the tea is very sludgy and purple.
Yes.
Yes, because it's actually
It's
a
a
toxic poison.
It's
that's
a
going
thick
to
cup.
Okay.
destroy you from the inside out.
Yeah.
All right, and last one. Let's go for a good one here to wrap the whole thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Terrabelle.
Cool.
All right. It looks like a clown. It straight up looks like a Bozo the clown, but it's clearly it's got a dress. It's a female clown.
Say its name again.
Terrabelle.
Okay. Cool.
At night, only its painted face is visible in the dark. It is said that children who see Terrabelle begin laughing uncontrollably and cannot stop even if it's painful.
Whoa, that's cool.
Oof.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. I want to say real because I hope it's real, but I could also see you making this up.
That's why I picked this one to finish it off, I will say. I feel like
it's good.
This has a smack of each.
Yes, it does.
I'm going to say real.
I'm going to say fake.
We open at the close. Kristen, you can see right through me. My sister knows. I made up Tara Bell.
That's a good one, Will. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is good.
Thank you. I didn't even tell you about cob ear. We'll save that for another day. That's a corn type Pokemon that I made up.
Did you guys cover that on your episode?
Nope. There's a whole other thing that I made up on the episode. That's just for you guys here. Yeah, that thing can grab you with the husks.
Oh boy!
If you walk by, cob ear can grab you with the husks.
Well, if you want more of this, make sure you all listen to the. What are you call? What's the name of the episode on your feed?
These Pokemon are scary.
Okay, great. Make sure that you guys all go and listen to the Guide to the Unknown episode. These Pokemon are scary. And make sure you listen to Guide to the Unknown if you enjoyed this, because it's a lot of fun. And I love having you two on. It's just a joy. It's just been so nice.
We love coming on.
To be next to you guys in this whole journey of podcasting, since we all got started.
Yes.
Truly.
I know.
Yep.
We've come a long way. And I am thrilled that we have remained in touch as long as we have.
Me too.
I know. How great. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
I'm a big fan of your work.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. This was a lot of fun.
We love you guys here.
Thank you so much.
So we'll definitely have you back again. If you liked this episode, we also did an episode about the show Beyond Belief a few months ago. That was a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm.
That was super fun.
Yeah, we love doing creepy pop culture here, and we'll definitely do more of it. So thank you both for being here, and let's go out and catch them all.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do my best. I can't imagine I will.
Will, would you play us out with that theme song again?
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, heart so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Chelsey. He was pointing at you.
I was planning to do the last one.
Great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This was American Hysteria. Make sure you subscribe to Guide to the Unknown wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to support American Hysteria and help make sure that we'll be able to continue making it, go to patreon.com/American Hysteria or subscribe on Apple Plus. You'll get ad-free episodes as well as bonus content, including the podcast Hysteria Home Companion that I do with our producer Miranda, where we tell you stories related to the topics that we cover and stories we just know that you'll love. We have a big back catalog of Hysteria Home Companion, as well as much, much more. So check it out now at patreon.com/American Hysteria or on Apple Plus. If you go to AmericanHysteria.com, you can leave us a message on the Urban Legends hotline about a tale that you remember from growing up or one you've heard recently, and we might do an entire investigation about it. You can also pick up some of our merch. 100% of the profits go to the Samir Project in Gaza. American Hysteria's producer and editor is Miranda Zickler. Our associate producer is Riley Swedelius-Smith. This episode has editing by Kaylee Jasperson, and I'm your host, Chelsey Weber-Smith. Thanks, as always, for listening, and I hope you have a great week.